we're going to talk about is about beauty. Yes, I'm sure all of the students here sitting love makeup and skincare, and you probably know about L'Oreal. Well, L'Oreal has been working hard on digital transformation, and today we're very lucky indeed to have Kun Ines Caldeira, the CEO of L'Oreal Thailand, Laos, and Cambodia, as well as Myanmar. Please join me in welcoming her to the stage.
Hello, everybody. Good morning. It's my pleasure to be here with you today to share one of my favorite topics and one of the reasons why I joined L'Oreal 18 years ago. Today, I'm going to talk to you about driving change and transformation in the digital era. And it's very important because L'Oreal is a 26 billion euro company and a company which has 110 years of history. So of course, you know, there's a lot of transformation to be made here. And I would start by showing you a movie. Today I want to share with you some of our successes, but most important about the learnings in this journey and what lies ahead. So what does it mean to drive transformation in the digital era? It means working on a fast-track, fast-paced time frame. It means never get used to our successes. It means at L'Oreal, we have even a word for that, which is la saine inquiétude. For the ones who don't speak French, a bad proxy of that would be this healthy concern about what is unknown. The digital transformation is so fast and exponential that I usually call it a revolution. If you think about it, it just took 60 years to equip 5 billion consumers with smartphones, transform the very foundation of commerce worldwide, and disrupt entire industries along the way. there is not one single industry that hasn't been disrupted, for better or worse, in the digital era. Digital transformation is no longer a nice to have, is no longer a PR nice story. It has become a question of survival. And for L'Oreal, these 60 years of transformation were crushed into 5 years. 5 years of profound and scaled transformation. 5 years to reach 12% of e-commerce in our sales and to contribute with more than 50% of the growth of the company. 5 years to reach 47% of our media spend in digital, of which 17% is done today on programmatic. There are 6.3 billion videos about beauty on YouTube, and L'Oreal itself provides almost 1/3 of that content. 5 years only to collect 1.3 billion consumer data points that help us to truly personalize our mass marketing. 5 years only to gather a tribe of 80,000 influencers that we consider an extension of our marketing teams and our family. 5 years to reach that, amazing figure in our stock value, which has doubled because of digital transformation. And the scale is so large that, you can consider it a large-scale industrial revolution. It totally transformed the way we speak with consumers and interact with them. It transformed and changed the beauty market. And at L'Oreal, it changed the way we work and changed the way we do marketing. Like any other industrial revolution, it's about producing and creating factories. So at L'Oreal, we created 5 factories, if you can believe it. Website factories that deliver hundreds of content in our 65 countries. We have e-commerce factories that are strategic priorities for our D2C business. Service factories throughout which we deliver more than 200 services, such as makeup, virtual try-ons, hair color, virtual try-ons, and artificial intelligence-powered skin diagnosis. We also have content factories that produce 1 million assets to our teams worldwide, and data factories where we are crawling up to 50,000 data sources in real time to optimize our business objectives. Of course, as in any other revolution, it's all about productivity and return on investment. That's at the heart of everything we do. And like in any other revolution, we are obsessed with optimization of data and artificial intelligence because we believe that's the way to power the beauty dreams all over the world. Like any other industrial revolution, it all comes down to our people and our talents. And this is why we recruited, in the last 5 years only, 2,500 people, and we have created totally different new métiers. We have CRM teams, media trainers, we have community managers, e-commerce specialists, data engineers, data scientists, agile coaches. So all our HR policy has been disrupted and transformed. But it's not just about the new people we bring in. It's also about upskilling, reskilling the 27,000 folks we have at L'Oréal and have embraced with us in this journey and improved their skills. Our trainings today are all about hands-on. They are not theoretical because in the digital era, the reality and the practical terms eat strategy at breakfast. So it's very hands-on training that we are delivering. But most importantly, more than acquiring new expertise or training our teams, today at L'Oréal, there is not the marketing teams, the digital teams, everyone is cooperating together and all this expertise is blended into one unique team. This is why at L'Oréal we consider ourselves a digital first company, even if we are a 110-year-old company. So, you know, it has been very intense and very fast. And we have learned tremendously. And today I'm going to share with you 4 big learnings that we have along the way. The first learning, and it's quite big news for a company like L'Oréal and the big corporations, is that big global brands can win. Yes, it is true that small brands have now access to the market in a much more easy way because the barrier to entries came down. But what is also true is that big brands can become bigger. And why? Because in a world of hyper-choice, building top-of-mind brands is of paramount importance. Everything we know and learn in the marketing remains true. We still need to protect the equity of our brands. We definitely need to provide consumers with superior quality products. Yes, we still need to remain extremely obsessed with quality. But well, what has changed? Everything else has changed. There are new channels, there is new content, there is an infinite world of possibilities out there. But the good news is that what we learn as well is that we can teach our teams and train them to be successful. The second learning we got in this journey is that we shouldn't fight the wrong battle. And it's similar to what we heard the previous speaker talk, is that we need to remain extremely loyal to who we are as a brand. And at L'Oréal, the only thing we know how to do is beauty. Our goal in the world is to make women and men more beautiful. No matter what the beauty means, no matter what is their own interpretation of beauty. So we must remain super truthful to our core business and our know-how, because we have accumulated knowledge over years and years and decades. But of course, what digital allows you is to convert products into services and into experiences. So we see digital as an opportunity and not as a constraint. We see digital as an enabler and not a disruptor. Our job, as I was telling you, is to bring beauty for all. And we should, and everyone in the room should stop and think about what is my company or my startup, what was it created for? And throughout the journey, remain super loyal to that point. But of course, in today's world, we need to earn back trust. And brands that carry the name of L'Oreal have this mission. It is our utmost responsibility to create a more trustworthy digital economy, which is more transparent, more inclusive, and more ethical. And I believe the ethics behind data and the ethics of an algorithm-based economy are among the most important topics we should be talking today as an industry. Our third learning is about buzz. Because we understood that running after buzz, it's not necessarily a winning strategy. When everyone else was worried about Facebook, poor viewability, we said we don't care about that, because we were seeing very successful young companies that were 100% Facebook or Instagram based being extremely successful. So instead of blaming the platforms, we said, let's work harder. Let's try to understand and improve ourselves to be out there in this new world. And that's exactly what we have done. We don't complain when we see a revolution happening. We work harder like any other startup or any other company that wants to survive in today's world. The fourth and last learning we have is that successes are earned in the field, and every soldier counts. I'm still very amazed by the success of L'Oreal China. 6 years ago, L'Oreal China did only 2% of its sales on e-commerce. Guess what? Today is more than 40%. And if the teams out there, and that's exactly what I tell my teams here, if we were, waiting to see what the headquarters were deciding, or if you were, trying to wait for what was going out there and get the learnings, we would have never, ever been successful in Tmall, for instance. And that's exactly what L'Oreal Thailand's teams are doing to be successful with Shopee and Lazada. It's not about global strategies, it's about global brands with local strategy. Now, like in any revolution, there is sometimes where we need to pause ourselves. And I think it's fair to admit that we are reaching a point where people and consumers want some digital detox. And we need also to be very aware of this and face it. And it seems more and more true that in a era of info obesity, people want, trust, and they want experience. So what lies ahead? What is going to be the future? And at L'Oreal, we are already preparing the second wave of digital transformation. And our mission is to recreate trust by putting people and communities at the heart of marketing, but also recreate attention by creating an omni-channel experience, which is a winning strategy. What do I mean by recreating trust? It's giving people a voice. And on the screen, you can see three good examples. We have the example of La Roche-Posay, a dermatological brand which has created a community where parents can speak about the skin problems of their kids. Or let me give you an example in Thailand where we created an acne community where everyone can speak about their struggles when it comes to acne. But also you have NYX, LA brand, which has creating these major NYX Face Awards, which give the community and makeup artists all over the world the possibility of creating content and express their creativity. And the example of Pulp Riot, it's another brand that we recently acquired and does just that. So we speak a lot about experiences during this speech. What do I mean by experiences? You know, experiences are about recreating the grace and the positive emotions that are behind a brand. And, you know, the ladies in the room, but also in the men, know exactly what I'm talking about. The feeling, the booster you get when you apply Saint Laurent lipstick, for instance, and how digital can improve this experience. At L'Oreal, the services are the new products. We are no longer in the industry just to produce a lipstick. We are there to serve consumers better. And this is why we acquired a startup called Modiface. Modiface is just that, a way for us to provide service to our consumers. And because we totally agree that we are in an open innovation era, Modiface has been open and shared with all our partners, Shopee, Lazada, Watsons, just to name some in Thailand. And today we already have 16 brands of the L'Oreal Group live at Modiface, that you can experience. And we have in the pipe 14 new brands that will soon give consumers better experiences in beauty. Some of these innovations, as I was telling you, are already available in Thailand, and you can see them in our clients. So you have the Shade Finder of Lancôme, the Youth Finder of Lancôme as well. You have the Spot Scan, which is a skin diagnosis powered by La Roche-Posay. What made us successful so far, and the reason for we believe we are so confident in the future, is that at L'Oréal we have a mantra in French is saisir ce que commence, which means seize what is about to start. So it's this curiosity that every person at L'Oréal must have to explore the unknown. And it's so true in the digital era because you need to remain extremely curious about new technologies, new partners, new startups that are out there and that can partner with us in the future. We speak a lot in today's world about IQ, EQ. And it's time now for us to invent a new Q, which is the LQ, the learning, the loving Q, which is so important for us because we need to listen to our teams, the teams in the field, because you know what? They know much more about today's world than I do. So we need to remain extremely open and listening to them because they have so much to teach us. And we need to love our teams and love this new generation of entrepreneurs because they are behind the success of every CEO, of every leader, and of every company. So it's all about listening, learning, and loving. I believe that L'Oréal has been very successful so far. And it's true that we have been leading the transformation of the beauty industry in the world in the past 10 years. But I'm very, very confident that we need to stay super vigilant about the future because we want to be the leaders of this new beauty tech world. And I count on everyone in my teams every day to deliver just that. So thank you very much for listening today. It was a pleasure, and I hope you liked it. Thank you very much.